the revised Uniform Athlete Agent Act I've seen a lot of players taken advantage of. A lot of heartbreaking stories over the years where people have ended up penniless, and this has got to stop.
Somebody who's in high school or early part of college gets tempted to give it all up, go into the professional field. It's a highly competitive field, and we want to make sure that people are protected against abuse.
Agents can be really creative in ways to lead kids down a path that they wouldn't normally get led down. Some I would even say are predators, but will hang out in the parking lot, try to give them gifts.
To entice these young athletes to sign contracts or receive these benefits and thereby destroy their eligibility.
The people are used as commodities. The business of sports may benefit, or a college that has some athlete might benefit, but we end up not doing right by the young men and women, people who should be on a road to academic achievement.
The average playing career is only between 2 and 3 years. So after they're done playing and they haven't made that generational wealth with a second contract, they're out on the street. No job, no degree, no prospects.
Over the years, people say, well, I'm not a sports agent, I am a runner, I am a financial advisor.
The contract advisor, the marketing advisor, the manager, the spiritual advisor.
They were giving benefits to student athletes, therefore destroying their eligibility, and so we needed to refine the definition of sports agent to make sure that anyone that gives a benefit to the student athlete is covered by the Act.
Your athletes are only allowed to communicate with those agents that are registered in the state that they're doing business. Then the agents all know they're playing by the same rules.
It also requires an agent to then notify any university that they're recruiting one of their athletes so that the coaches know that they are there.
One thing that we really have to do with the revised Uniform Athlete Agent Act, adding criminal and civil penalties to it, puts some teeth into it.
And it gives tools for the states to enforce the law against those who do not comply with it. Another thing is that when a student athlete signs his contract, we've added a provision that he has to sign, or she has to sign on a separate piece of paper, that they realize by signing this contract that they will lose their eligibility. So that really calls the attention to the student athlete that what his risks are, and so hopefully this will cause them to pause before they sign the contract.
This happens across the board in track and field, in golf, in women's basketball, men's basketball, football, right across the board. One of the worst things that can happen is to have a kid leave school without a degree, come back with no money in his pocket, no prospects, and no one educates them on that. And so to me, that is a travesty to allow that to happen. And I think that it's the institution's responsibility. I think it's the state's responsibility. This is the best tool that we have in order to protect our student athletes, because the NFL, NFLPA, NCAA have been unable to do it. Without the Uniform Law Commission, there is no protection for our athletes.